out with a t26 toy hauler. We got your tongue jack here, and your on and off of your light. Your down to go up. You got propane. 2 30-pound LP tanks full. Your regulator on the top will adjust to what tank you're using. So when you're on the right side, right tank, left side, left tank. Right behind it is going to be your 12-volt battery, as well as your part of your center point line, your center line hitch. I'll show you, or there's a manual inside how to hook it all up also. We'll move over to the right side. We got your generator spot. It is all disconnected. It also is ready. It has a switch inside to start it from right above the bed. Right underneath it, your solar pre-wired hookup. Remember that just charges your battery, does not run your unit. We'll jump down to the next part. It's gonna be your water heater. Water heater has been tested and ready to go. Plugs in, so you don't gotta worry about putting the plug in. You just just fire it up and it'll go. Show you how to fire it up in the inside. And then when the electric side of it, the switch here, that's gonna be the element in the inside. You turn it on, it's gonna turn it on. Make sure you turn it off, otherwise it's gonna always run on the electric side. These are your poles. You got a gray pole just for your sink and your shower. Your black tank, as everybody knows, is your toilet. Have your plugs closed before you open the cap. Otherwise, you're gonna get covered. Up to the next thing, you got to fill your tank of the unit. You're gonna just put a watering hose inside there. The city connection, you're gonna go off the pressure of the hose, so you won't need your water pump. Tank, you will need the water pump. Right underneath it is the spray port for a little shower outside. Spray off your shoes if it gets muddy. To the left, you got a satellite and cable inline. You'll hook up to the campground. Right underneath the power source, which you'll have your own power cord inside the unit, is a tank flush valve that's going to flush out your black tank. So just make sure everything's open, and when you go to flush it out, right underneath that is the exhaust. It gets extremely hot when you're running the furnace. Anything around it will burn. You got your slide out. And right here is your refrigeration. So if you see a little condensation, don't freak out. It's just from the refrigerator. Right next to that, on the other side of the slide, you have your auxiliary gas tank for your four-wheelers, side-by-side runners. To turn it on, just turn that on. That's going to turn on the pump for your actual nozzle. Right to the left is unleaded fuel only. This is where your nozzle is going to be. It's going to use a 751 key, and then you'll open it up and your nozzle's inside. It's been tested when it was here. This is a vent valve that goes on the inside. Here to the right is going to be your ladder to access the roof. On your back door, you got a back screen. Security lights turn on the inside. We'll go ahead and go on the inside. Oh, we're going to go on the outside. On the right side, you'll have the stabilizer bars. On the passenger side rear, you're going to have a stabilizer power that's going to bring them down and just stabilize it. Remember, it's not made to lift your unit, it's just to stabilize your unit out. Come down a little. You have your outdoor setup. It does have a sticker for where you need to mount the bracket for your TV and output for the cables here. And then your power source is right underneath it. This is going to be right inside the door. You'll see the control panel. That's going to show you everything that you'll need for the lights to run your water pump. All the buttons here, you push and hold, and you'll see the levels of what is there. Your slide out control is going to be the only slide out you have. It's going to be your kitchen slide out when you're bringing it in. Just make sure everything's clear, drawers are closed. Your awning control, your cap lights, in other words, from docking lights. So that's going to be here. That'll control the lights outside. These two cabin lights, when you turn them off, whatever's still on needs to be manually turned off. So when you turn those off, you still see lights on. You're gonna have to go around and flip a switch on the lights. Close to the ground is gonna be your carbon monoxide alarm. It has been tested. We'll walk all the way through the back bunk. Okay, the back bunk. How to bring it down? You got 4 pins on each side. Bring the couches up with the controls, which is gonna be on right near the sink. Right when you walk in, you're gonna push and hold up. Bring the couches all the way up to the bed, and it'll lift the bed just enough you can pull all 4 of those pins out and bring the bed down. The bed will stop about halfway, and then that will give you time to pull your pins out. In this box, as you see right here, is your fire extinguisher, hoses, power cord, all your gadgets you'll need. I'm gonna put those 4 pins in there, and then we'll go back to the controls over by the sink, and then you push down, and it's gonna bring the bed down now. Then when you get it close to the ground, you got four pins to pull out to lift the sofas up, so you don't smash them into the ground. They're 4 little cotter pins. These I'll put back in when traveling. So now you'll lift up on the actual couch. And then you'll kind of push at the wall, and it'll lock it in play. Now they're both flat. Now you can bring down the couch and the bed. The bed will stop about halfway. We'll stop there. I'll show you how to lift up the back real quick, and then we'll get moving on to the next part. You got 2 little locks here on each side. Pull it back, and then go to the other side, do the same thing. And just roll your headrest, just roll it. And then lock those back. That's how you set the sofas and get the bed down. And here's your fridge. You got an automatic fridge. You turn it on. It's on auto, so as soon as you disconnect from Shoreline, it's going to use propane. If it has no propane, it will set an alarm off and you'll know about it. Turn that back off. Your stove is pretty common in all the newer models. Turn it over the propane, the light, little fire, and just turn it as you would for your outdoor grill. Sometimes if you run out of propane, you just got to keep doing it a little bit. It will take a little bit of time to come up the lines from the front. Right above it is microwave. This is the best indicator if you have shore power. If this is not running, you do not have full power. So don't expect to be running everything that you want to. So you got a lot of cabinet space in this series, as well as the sink is over on a different wall. You got your TV hookup right above it. There's another bracket sticker. Try to make sure you hit your TV brackets on that square. Underneath, we have the breakers. You push and the door pops out. You got the 120 breakers and then 12-volt fuses. Anything happens with the trailer, check here first. Now we're going to walk back this way. You got your vents for your outside. You just push them out either way, left or right, and then bring them back in. Makes it so your camper don't smell all moldy when after you're going outside with your toys. Here we have your furnace, so you just lightly touch it. Some of them you don't even have to push. You got your AC, and then you got your furnace, and then power back off. Just set your temp and it'll go to wherever you want. Also has an auto mode. And the inside here you have the bathroom. You have your main light switch in here. The top one, your vent controls are right beneath it. It will control the fan and the vent up on the ceiling. Here you got your glass doors. When you're transporting, make sure they're shut and locked. That's for the shower. Have them in the lock position because then they're not bouncing everywhere. More cabinet space. And above. Then this also going into the master bedroom. We got your toilet. It's a foot slap, so when you're doing it, let it slap back and get that correct seal. Then the master bedroom, you have a light switch right to the right when you walk in, or if you're entering the door to the actual master bedroom, it's to your left. That's to get control the light right above you, as well as these are individual reading lights right here, as you see on each side. Right behind that's going to be your generator start. So if you got a generator, there's your start and prime button on the inside. You got 2 USB ports on the back side. Then up to the far right, you have a light switch next to that light, which is going to control the LEDs up top. Then you have the TV bracket set up in here, as well as right where you want to put it.